the next generation of lifestyle awareness that will transform your life significantly. Hi, welcome to Living Wow Out Loud. I'm your host, Callie Ray, founder of the Living Wow Center and author of the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. Living Wow is a lifestyle of choice and intention that was born from the truth that, number one, your body is designed to heal if you give it the environment to do so. Number two, you don't need a label or permission to be the expert in your own body. And number three, more than 80% of all diseases can be prevented or reversed by lifestyle. Unfortunately, this isn't what we're taught in our standard American diet and lifestyle culture. This podcast is a voice of hope and community where you will learn how to live a life of thriving that honors and embraces those three truths. Though you are an individual, you are not alone, and you can thrive living wow too. After all, healing is natural. It's time to wake up, return to your roots, and realize that you are the expert in your own body. Over the past 50 years, there's been a startling rise in the numbers of autoimmune diseases and chronic diseases in the United States and around the world. Just as startling is the realization that we've brought it on ourselves. Why in the world would I say that? Well, because it's true. As was learned with the Human Genome Project and further supported with the ongoing microbiome research, these diseases are not hereditary as once thought. In fact, more than 80% of all disease, that's all disease, is linked to lifestyle. Statistically, medical accidents or injuries are the third leading cause of death in the United States. This can include anything from a surgical mishap to a medication interaction oversight. Despite these alarming statistics, we continue looking for solutions in the wrong places. As a society, we've come to depend upon our medical community to provide care for chronic diseases when it was designed to be an acute care system. We look at a system that is bloated and broken with frustration, but don't want to take responsibility for our own contribution to it. You take your medication like your life depends on it, but really, it may be doing more harm than good. After being both a provider and a participant in the healthcare system, I've seen the ravages and faults on both sides. I'm not here to point fingers or name blame, but rather to provide an alternative perspective. What if the science really is true and we can prevent disease by the lifestyle choices we make? What if SAD, the standard American diet and lifestyle, is the underlying reason for the skyrocketing autoimmune diseases? What if we only utilize the medical system for emergencies rather than maintenance? Going even one step further, what if we not only prevent new disease, but is it possible to reverse disease processes once in motion? Again, I'm not here to make claims of miraculous healing, but I have witnessed the power of healing in my body and many others that have led me to believe that our bodies are extremely resilient and have an innate power to heal if given the environment to do so. When I began to understand the power of cell regeneration, this point was made clear. It is a fact that you're going to replicate cells, replacing old cells with new ones. Do you want them to be healthy cells or sick cells? What do you feed them? What environment do you provide for them? I just think it's so interesting when I realize that it only takes 3 days on average to regenerate your small intestinal epithelial lining cells. What about 4 months for your red blood cells? It's astounding if you think of all that your body does and all that your body creates. They say that you have a completely different body every 7 years. Every cell in your body has regenerated within 7 years. So whether or not you believe the timelines or the new body every 7 years, that's not what's important. What I want you to recognize is that you have the power of cell regeneration, and you have the choice to grow healthy cells or sick cells. So, what environment are you giving them? That's where our tagline, the next generation of lifestyle awareness that will transform your life significantly, comes from. It comes from that awareness and understanding that the choices you make in your lifestyle absolutely 100% affect your health. So, the first thing I want to clarify is that lifestyle is just a series of perpetual choices you make throughout each day, most of which you make completely unconsciously. We do what we do because everyone else is doing it. This autopilot is what I refer to as SAD, the standard American diet and lifestyle. Lifestyle in this context is not dependent upon the amount of money you make or the city you live in or the job you have. In fact, research studies of a few remaining indigenous cultures around the world reveal that they do not suffer any of the maladies and diseases of our modern society, such as autoimmune disease, cancer, or other chronic diseases. They live a wild and simple life with no Western medicine and are studied to determine what they have that we don't. They have healthier bones, organs, and microbiomes, just to name a few. Now, I'm not proposing that you give up modern amenities, break up with your doctor, and return to the wilderness to live. I am, however, going to challenge your beliefs and empower you to be intentional in creating an environment in which your body can heal and thrive. What could you do differently that might create healthier, stronger new cells instead of diseased or rogue cells? What might it look like if you had a turnover of healthy cells replacing sick cells? What might happen if you took 100% responsibility for the lifestyle choices you make and the results of those choices, rather than taking a pill to mask a symptom or running to the doctor to give you an answer that he doesn't have, but maybe you do? Does that feel overwhelming? It doesn't have to be. Start where you are and tap into the resources at the Living Wow Center. Little changes, little habits can be life changing. You can't change something you're not aware of. So tune in and listen to your body. Be intentional and learn the language of your body. Begin to trust and interpret that what's happening on the outside is a physical manifestation of what's happening on the inside. You'll be amazed at your body's natural gift of healing when you become the expert in your body. Hey, if you find value here on the Living Wow Out Loud podcast, will you please share it with your friends and take a minute to rate it on the platform that you're listening on? That's how we live wow out loud. You know that more people need hope and they need the messages shared. And that's how we get recognized among all the noise. This is where you find your voice. Will you please share and subscribe and rate so that we can grow? After my personal transformation from surviving to thriving with autoimmune diseases, I was completely astounded that the experience was not what I expected it to be. Instead of resenting my body and being forever trapped with a legacy of bad genes, as I had believed would be my fate, I looked and felt 20 years younger. I had dropped weight that had plagued me for decades, eliminated chronic pain that no doctor, therapy, or medicine could relieve, and found energy that I hadn't had since I was 16 years old. Because this is not what I expected, and because I wish someone would have told me that there is another way than sad, I wrote the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. As I began to share the book and the message of change your story, Living Wow was born. After years of continuing to learn and study how and why lifestyle has such an impact on disease and the world being torn apart by a global pandemic, I can't stand by any longer keeping it to myself. You have to understand that the power is in your hands. The power is in your body. The power is in your lifestyle. The Living Wow Center is a holistic wellness practice that utilizes the framework of the Living Wow lifestyle to identify system failures or maintenance needs. Whether you just need a tune-up or a complete systems overhaul, We support you as an individual to get back out on the journey and living well. We will work with you to determine levels of function, needs, tools, resources, and/or providers that may be best equipped to guide you as you step out of the negative health cycle and turn it into a positive health cycle. The Living Wow Center offers a revolutionary, comprehensive approach to healing, coaching, and support that is necessary in our complex, sad world. Schedule your complimentary consultation today to see how Living Wow can support you. I'm super excited to announce Supercharge for you. We are changing the name of the Living Wow Challenge to more clearly represent the monthly support program where you take Living Wow for a 10-day spin. I know 10 days doesn't seem like much, but it is, and that's why it's now Supercharge. Living Wow Supercharge is a 10-day supported focus on eating a clean, nutritionally dense diet with intention as you jumpstart into the Living Wow lifestyle. You will feel lighter, more energetic, and empowered with your nutrition. You will experience the power of nutritional healing with less pain, more energy, and a better mood. The Supercharge includes a comprehensive 10-day seasonal menu, recipes, videos, quick start guides, and links to resources. You begin with a prep, then daily support, and wrap up with a review. This is the fastest, most immersive way to get started and feel the effects of Living Wow now. Right now, go to livingwowcenter.com. That's livingwowcenter.com to sign up now for the next Supercharge running the 1st to the 10th of the month. Early sign up ensures you a spot and gives you time to complete your preparation assignments as you gear up to Supercharge. Wow, you just finished another episode of Living Wow Out Loud. I hope you leave today empowered to live your best life and thrive. If you're ready to jump in and learn a little bit more about Living Wow, come check out the Living Wow Center. That's livingwowcenter.com. And maybe consider joining our next Living Wow Challenge. We run the 1st to the 10th of every single month. See you soon.